Actually, this section is taken from the lymph node. Should be contain cortex, paracortex, medulla. But all the structures are distorted, distracted. What about this structure? Again, how we section the medulla, how we develop it? What about this structure? These are the nodules. All the lymph node is replaced by what? By the nodule. And each of these nodules are composed of what? Take a look. In the center we have what? We have an eosinophilic caseous necrosis. It's surrounded by the granulation tissue. What about this cell? Do you remember this cell? Now let's treat with a cow. So here and white is a giant cell. Okay, excellent. This is a giant cell. There is only a single cell that contains a multiple nucleus. When there is a nodule, how many nodule? All the lymph node parenchyma is a nodule. And we have what? We have a giant cell, giant cell. Take a look for the giant cell. There's a granulation tissue, there's a caseous necrosis. So this is what? It is a typical lesion for granuloma. Okay. The section is a lymph node. The lesion is a granuloma. Nisa, what about the last diagnosis? The granuloma is what? It is a typical type for the chronic inflammation. So we have a chronic inflammation of the lymph node. Chronic lymphadenitis, but which type? Granulomatous lymphadenitis. Why? Because we have a granuloma throughout the section. Take a look. All the lymph nodes. Actually, here we have a large number of the giant cell. All of them is what? The giant cell. So the diagnosis will be granulomatous lymphadenitis. Do you remember the causes of the granuloma, Mustafa? TB? And what else? Because not only we have a TB. Yes? Excellent. The foreign body, the sarcoidosis, Yersinia, pseudotuberculosis, all of them is what? Is due to the formation of the TB. Now, let's focus on this section. And let's scan the section. You should mention the organ. Does it is a spleen, the lymph node? Okay, that's to see. This is an organ. Can you recognize this section? Yes or no? What's happened? Here, there is a proliferation of the lymphocyte. The lymphocyte is undergo proliferation, increasing in number, and forming look like a nodule. Take a look. We have aggregation of the cell forming a nodule, and each of these nodules are separated by the stroma. Now let's check in the high power. Will be good. Now take a look. These are the accumulation of the lymphocyte. And these lymphocytes will be arranged to look like a small nodule. These are the lymphocytes. Separated by what? By the stroma. This pinkish material is a collagen fiber, but actually here is named by what? By the stroma. Okay. This section is taken from the lymph node, but actually the lymph nodes are invaded by a large mass. We have a large mass, and this mass are composed of what? The proliferation of the lymphocyte. Does it is a lymphocyte or what? Do you remember the lymphocyte? What about the histological structure of the lymphocyte? How can you recognize the lymphocyte? The lymphocyte usually has spherical cell. What's the yes? What about in the nucleus? What's interesting in the lymphocyte is the shape of the nucleus. They have what? Yes. They have a compact nucleus, and this nucleus will replace the entire cytoplasm. Just only a small ring, hollow, a small ring of the cytoplasm will remain. Dark spot. Lymphocyte usually what? Dark spot. Take a look. All of this is what? Is a lymphocyte. Okay. The section is a mass. It's taken from the lymph node. We have a proliferation of the lymphocyte. What about your diagnosis?
Lymphoid
Lymphoma. This is a lymphoma. It is a tumor which is deriving from what? Which is deriving from the lymph node. But be careful. In the pathology, we have several types of the lymphoma. Hello, simple lymphoma. Several types of the lymphoma. The most typical and classic diagnosis for the lymphoma here, Hodgkin lymphoma and non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Now let's see what does it mean by Hodgkin and non-Hodgkin. Hodgkin. This is pronounced by Hodgkin. Hodgkin and non-Hodgkin. Tell me about that. How can you make a differentiation between Hodgkin and non-Hodgkin? In Hodgkin lymphoma, the proliferative type of the lymphocyte, they have a special attitude, special pattern or the feature. It's called by owl eye. شايف كنا بابو. Imagination can شايف كنا بابو شلون تنا مكان. Distance كي زور يعني كم هالو شايف. زور كم. حتى واحد سكينة هالو شايف شيء join بو, fuse بو. يلا أبدي خطبا. Take a look for this cell. This is a cell. The both nucleus are found near to each other, close to each other. Even this, when you have a cell in which their nucleus are found close to each other, this is in the pathology, it's called by Reed-Sternberg. Reed, يعني شي يعني toe. Reed-Sternberg. يعني biology is called by owl eye. If you found this feature, is what? Is a Hodgkin lymphoma. أجل تاني biology لأن Hodgkin. استعجب close to each other. يكسبون شيء Hodgkin lymphoma. Hodgkin, it is a classical type of the lymphoma. Let's to search also. Even we have a special types of the cell. اگر ببردامی سرچ که زور اول ایمن هی اپیلن Reed-Sternberg. All of this section is what? Is it proliferated? Yes. Take a look for this one also. Here also, we have owl eye. Okay? So the one cell in which the nucleus are close to each other. Okay. This is what? It is a classical Hodgkin lymphoma. Classic or classical, as you want. Hodgkin lymphoma. What other harona man here? What's all the last as in the? Okay. Do you have any